Hello. Yeah. Am I audible? Hello. 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 A online student, just verify once that you are able to. Yeah. Thank you. Okay. Before we proceed, just let us recall what we did in the earlier lectures. We have called something called a long run production function where all inputs are variable, and short run production function where at least one input is fixed. This is what we saw in the very first lecture. Okay. So normally when I denoted something like this, Q is equal to F of KL, it refers to the long run production function where both capital and labor are variable. If I write this equation like Q is equal to F of K dash L, it refers to a situation where capital remains constant and labor is a variable factor. Is that clear? Can you write short run production function where capital is variable but labor is fixed? How will you write that? Can you all write that in your notebook? Short run production function where capital is variable but labor is fixed. How will you write this? Okay. Can you tell me what it is? With a dash over L. Okay. Is that right? All of you got this? So this is a convention, okay, where at least one input, okay. So now attached to both these laws, the long run production function, there is a law which is called returns to scale, and for short run production function there is a law called law of variable proportions. Okay, there is a law of variable proportions. The law of variable proportion states that when the variable input increases, eventually the marginal product will diminish, and therefore we also call this as the law of diminishing marginal product. Okay, so and also what is the meaning of marginal product? It is the additional output from using additional output from one more unit of input. One more unit of input. So this is something which we have seen graphically this we have seen there are two diagrams. If I just draw the law of marginal product, it will be something like this, MPL and labor here. So initially marginal product can increase, but eventually it will start decreasing. And associated with this we have three ranges. Okay, this is stage 1. From this to this, it is stage 2. Okay, from this to this, and beyond this it is stage 3. Correct? Do you all recall this? This is what we had done. And for returns to scale, we have seen that there is increasing returns to scale, constant returns to scale, and decreasing returns to scale. Okay, constant returns to scale मध्ये काय होतं? Double inputs, double output. Correct? हे लक्षात ठेवायचं. So increasing returns, double inputs, output more than doubles. So if this is double input, what I mean, output is increasing more than 2. Okay, say it could be 3, whatever. This would be an example of increasing returns to scale. And for decreasing, double the input, what will happen? Output will less than double. So it may increase, but by something like 1.8 times original output. Is this clear? This idea is clear about inputs and outputs, the relation. So this is the long run production function and this is the short run production function. Okay. We use these production functions to derive cost curves. Okay, cost functions. And just like, because we have long run production function like that, we have long run cost function. Okay, long run cost function is associated with, is derived from, it's derived from long run production function. Is that clear? And the more important short run production function, short run cost function is derived from the short run production function. Okay, so for the long run cost function is derived from returns to scale, and short run production function is derived from the law of variable proportions. To make it simple, I will write law of diminishing marginal product. Have you all got this? Okay, so right now when we are discussing costs, we are discussing the short run cost. Okay, and to just quickly go back to the short run cost concepts that we had done so far. Short run cost concepts. We had seen, first thing is accounting cost. Okay, accounting cost, which is mainly what we call as explicit cost, which involves money outflow for the firm. Explicit cost. Okay, and we had seen economic cost, which is the more important idea for us. Economic cost, which is explicit cost plus what? Explicit cost plus implicit cost. Barabar. Okay, if you have forgotten what implicit cost is, please write what it means. Implicit cost is a cost for the business, but it does not involve a cash outflow. Okay, म्हणजे आपली घरची घर का प्रॉपर्टी रहेगा, खुद का प्रॉपर्टी रहेगा, तो उसके ऊपर रेंट नहीं है. So it is not having any explicit cost. But because you are using the property for business, there is a implicit cost. Okay, so if you have forgotten, write the meaning of implicit cost. It is a cost which does not involve a direct cash outflow. Is that clear? And we had seen some examples also of how to calculate implicit cost. Okay, then we have seen one of the most important accounting equation, which is your total cost is a function of this, called a total cost function. TC of Q is called the total cost function. Okay, and it gives us the total cost of producing Q units of output. Q units of output. Okay, so just remember, what would this mean? Suppose if I write TC0, TC1, TC10, what does it mean? TC0 म्हणजे काय? अगर आउटपुट 0 रहेगी तो टोटल कॉस्ट क्या है? That is the meaning of TC0. What will be the meaning of TC1? This is total cost of producing 1 unit of output. Is that clear? Can you all write what is TC of 10? TC of 10 चा अर्थ काय? Total cost of producing 10 units of output. See, a lot of things, remember, are very simple, but you have to get used to the notation. In many courses now from on, you'll find different notations. So get quickly into the habit of making correct interpretation. So what would be TC of 50? Answer orally, all of you. Total cost of producing 50 units. Is that clear to all of you? Okay. Traditionally in economics, we can break this total cost of producing Q units between total fixed cost and total variable cost. Okay. We can break down the total cost between total fixed cost and total variable cost. Okay. So what is TFC? Okay, sufficiently important that you all write it in words. What is TFC? Sum of all fixed costs. Okay, and then write what is fixed cost. Fixed cost is cost which does not change with the output. Please write, as I'm writing you also, fixed cost is cost which does not change with output. And remember, this is not just for foundation. When you go into intermediate level, you will learn a costing technique called marginal costing. It's entirely based on this distinction between total fixed cost and total variable cost. So sum of all fixed cost. Fixed cost is cost which do not change with output. Is that correct? Okay, what is total variable cost? Variable cost, sum of all variable cost, that is cost which changes with output. Cost which changes with आउटपुट. समजलंय का आहे तुम्हाला? Okay, now just one more. Okay, so generally suppose I give you TC is 10 plus 5Q. Okay, TC, just write this is TC of Q. TC of Q is equal to 10 plus 5Q. This is an example of a linear cost function. This is an example of a linear cost function. Okay. Now, TC of 0, if I put, solve this and tell me what will be the answer. Q की वैल्यू अगर हम 0 इधर सब्स्टिट्यूट करना है and solve it, what is the answer you'll get?
Sir, 10. 10. 10.
Sorry?
Sir, 10.
10, very good. How did you get 10? If you put 10 plus 5 into 0, any number multiplied by 0 will remain 0. And 0 added to any number, the number remains unchanged. So it is first like 10 plus 0, and which is equal to 10. So the answer is 10. Did you get this? Okay, just remember a simple trick. This 10 is your total fixed cost which doesn't change with the volume of output. Your TFC will be 10, and TVC here is 5Q. TVC will be 5Q. Okay. A very good exercise. All of you take 5 minutes and plot this. Take Q equal to 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Plot TFC. TFC is 10, which remains unchanged. Draw the graph of TFC. How will it look? Yeah, if you are feeling very sleepy, go and wash your face and come back. Go and wash your face and come back. Yeah. Yeah, anybody else, if you ever feel sleepy, you just take a walk outside and come back. Remember, we are human beings. There is a possibility that we can feel tired, we can feel sleepy. So you are always allowed to take a break and come back. पण शक्यतो लेक्चरमध्ये फोकस 100% ठेवायचा प्रयत्न करा. That will save a lot of time when you are studying on your own. Okay, so how do you plot this? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. 0 ला किती आहे fixed cost? 10. What is the fixed cost for quantity is equal to 1? It's 10 here. If it is 2, again it is 10. 3, it is 10. So if you connect this line, it will be a horizontal line like this. समजलं? TFC curve समजला कसा आहे? It is a line parallel to the x-axis. नेहमी असं आहे ना, TFC. It will simply be like this. Okay, this amount is your fixed cost. This is quantity. Online students, can you verify that you are getting a curve like this?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thanks. Others, can you confirm? X-axis, correct, barabar. Very right. Q is to be shown on the x-axis and the cost is to be shown on the y-axis. हे लक्षात ठेव, हे कन्व्हेन्शन आहे. Did you all get this? Okay. So now for me it's very easy to plot. Okay, so this is TC which is equal to 10 plus किती Q घेतला होता आपण 5Q का? हाँ 10 plus 5Q. So complete this table. Q is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Okay. FC is 10. Fine. Calculate the TVC. Calculate TVC for each quantity. When output is 0, TVC is 5 times 0. So it will be 0. Complete the table. When Q is equal to 1, what will be the TVC? 5. Very good. When Q is equal to 2, what will be the TVC? 10. Correct. Q is equal to 3. 3 into 5. 15. Correct. Kela complete. What is the next one? Yes.
25.
Okay, good. All the online students, have you completed this? Can I get a yes from all of you?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Thanks. So we can proceed. Okay. So now the next thing you have to remember is that TC is okay. Quickly plot TVC. TVC plot kara. TVC and Q. Do it on the same graph. Do it on the same graph here. 0 la 0, 1 la 5. Okay, I'm changing the color, which I can do it because of this iPad. So this is 0, 5, 2 la 10, 3 la 15, 4 la 20 and 5 la 25. Do you get a graph like this? Check that you're getting a graph like this. Okay, and in general, the graph of TVC will be like this. TVC. Okay. Did you complete this? Jalo? Okay, good. So, yeah, the next step that we have to do is that already clear to all of you, right? Calculate TC and plot it in the same graph. Calculate the TC and plot it in the same graph. Okay, TC. TC आता याद रखो. TC is TFC plus TVC. So 10 plus 0. 10, correct. 10 plus 5.
15.
15, correct? 10 plus 10.
20.
Are you all getting this? 10 plus 15,
25.
20 plus 10,
30.
and 25 plus 10 is 35. Now on the same graph, wherever you have done TVC and FC, plot the total cost. And if you look at the diagram, I will use a green dot for total cost. So 10 plus 0 will remain 10. So my first point will be this. Second point is 10 plus 5 is 15. So I should go here, 15. Now this is 10 plus 10, so it's 20. Okay, a point like this. If you plot all these points, you'll get a line like this, which is exactly the pink line, which has been moved up by fixed cost. Check that. You're getting just a translation of TVC. केलंय तुम्ही? Okay, so in general my TC curve will be like this. Okay, let me just draw all three of them one below the other. This is how your fixed cost will be. For a linear, you will get, this will be your TVC, and your TC will be like this. Is that clear? This is your total cost, which is the sum of fixed cost plus total variable
cost.
Okay, so from now let's define some more cost concepts, okay, which are very critical. Right now we have defined total cost, total variable cost, and total fixed cost. Okay, there is also another important cost which is called marginal cost. Okay, write the definition of marginal cost. Marginal cost is the additional cost of producing one more unit of output. The additional cost of producing one more unit of output is called marginal cost. Okay, and I'll draw the graph of marginal cost curve very soon. But remember, the formula could be something like this. Marginal cost of output Q is equal to total cost of producing Q units of output minus total cost of producing 1 unit of output less than Q. So that is Q minus 1. बराबर है क्या? So for example, marginal cost of 10th unit of output, what will it be? TC of 10 minus TC of 10 minus 1. What is that? 9. Correct. Okay. You all write one expression like this just to get familiar with this term. Write any one of these expressions, all of you. Okay. Can anybody share what you have written? Can you tell? Okay. Who all agree with this answer? That it's a correct expression? Anybody thinks this is a wrong expression? Yes? Anybody thinks there's a mistake in this, what she is telling? No, right? This is absolutely correct expression. समझ सगळ्यांनी असं लिहिलंय? It could have been a different number than 20. Okay, good. Thank you. Okay, now just pay attention to one very important fact. We are not going to mathematically derive this, but just remember, due to the law of variable proportions, okay, due to law of variable proportions, marginal cost initially falls, okay, that is in stage 1 where marginal product is increasing. Hana, just keep this in mind. Marginal product is like this. कसं आहे असं जातो ना तो. Okay, this is your stage 1, this is your stage 2. So when it's in stage 1, due to the law of variable proportions, marginal cost initially falls. Then it enters into stage 2. Then it achieves minimum and starts increasing. Achieves minimum and starts increasing. Okay, so you have marginal cost. I am drawing just exactly below this marginal cost, and of course marginal cost we don't have labor input, but we write Q, okay, output. Till the output is at stage 1, what happens? Marginal cost is falling, then it starts rising like this. Okay, so marginal cost has this shape, and all our cost curves get influenced by marginal cost. That's why in economics, marginal cost concept has the greatest importance. समजलं ह्याचं cost curveचं कसं behavior आहे? It falls, initially it falls and then it starts rising. You can have situations like this. Marginal cost remains constant for a very long period and then it starts rising. As a behavior is possible. You can get a behavior like this also. It's falling for a long time, then it reaches a minimum and then starts rising. But it has to have this shape of reaching a minimum and then it is increasing. Is that clear? Okay, very good. Fine, exactly 2 minutes I am giving you. to just redraw this diagram or whatever, and then we want to define average cost concepts. Okay, so just if you want, take a 2-minute break, and then we will start with the average cost concepts. Is there anything that you have not followed, anything that you want me to tell you again? On what page number is this marginal cost and average cost in your study material? 58. Okay, check your page number 58 that you are seeing this cost concepts. हाँ, इथे average cost दिले पण आपण marginal cost करतोय आधी. Okay, so this marginal cost diagram is there in page number or figure number 1.35. 1.35. समझला? And this diagram, you know, just look at there on the right hand side on page number 59, first line. Marginal cost is shown as a differential, म्हणजे delta TC म्हणजे change in cost, and delta Q is the change in quantity. When you take delta Q to be equal to 1, you know that any number when divided by 1 it will remain same. And delta TC म्हणजे change in total cost for nth unit of output will be TC of n. It will be TC of n minus TC of n minus 1. हे आपण आत्ता just लिहिलेलं आहे. Is that clear? So this formula and what we have done is exactly same. Marginal costs the table. Yeah, you can do that. Like for example, even in this example that we had, okay, in this example that we had, Q is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. इथे right hand side ला जर का मी marginal cost चा एक column add केला, okay, for 0th unit I cannot calculate marginal cost, so dash. Now TC of 1 is 15. TC of 0 is 10. So 15 minus 10 is 5. Correct? In this example that I have taken, you will always get marginal cost as 5. Just check. Okay, तर हे असं येतंय. But more complicated examples, जर का मी इथे quadratic form घेतला, 10 plus 5q square, then you can get a marginal cost curve which is like this. It is initially falling. It is initially falling and then it is increasing. Okay, so that's not, but remember this is a very important case, and even your what do you say, costing technique of marginal costing is exactly based on this model. Linear fixed cost, that is 10 plus 5q kind of model. हे समजलंय का सगळ्यांना? इथपर्यंत everybody is there. Can I proceed with writing the other cost concepts? Okay, so let us draw, let us write, see, write this equation again. TC is equal to TFC plus TVC. Correct? Everybody understands the two equations. This equation, what does it state? Total cost is the sum of total fixed cost and total variable cost. Okay. Now, if I divide this by Q, okay, then I will get some average cost per unit of output. Per unit output cost किती है? Average cost. That will come if I divide TC by Q. But just you know mathematically I can divide this also same thing, correct? And by the rules of arithmetic this becomes TFC upon Q plus TVC upon Q. बराबर है ना? So now this has very famous numbers. So on the right hand side we have what is called as average total cost, ATC. It's a function of output produced, therefore I am writing ATC of Q. On the right hand side I have average fixed cost, AFC का है TFC divided by Q. And what should I write for TVC divided by Q? AVC, correct, average variable cost. So now write this ATC, I'm rewriting just AFC plus AVC. AFC plus ABC. Okay. Now let's quickly look at our simple example. TC of Q is equal to 10 plus 5Q. Okay. And calculate now average total cost for Q is equal to 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Calculate ATC, AFC and AVC. And AVC. ओके, कॅल्क्युलेट करायचं म्हणजे काय करायचं? Division by 0 is not defined. So ATC of 0 doesn't exist. ओके, इथे पाहिजे तर असं लिहा, फॉर्म्युला लिहा TC divided by Q. राइट हँड साइडला AFC is what? TFC divided by Q. And what is ABC? TVC divided by Q. Barabar? So for that example that we have calculated, calculate now AFC पहिल्यांदा. 10 divided by 0 cannot exist, so just keep a dash. Calculate now this 10 divided by 1, how much is it? 10, correct. हा कॉलम पहिल्यांदा भरू आपण TFC चा. 10 divided by 2, 10 divided by 2, how much will you get? 5, correct. 10 divided by 3, we will get some fractional number, okay? 3.33 I am putting. बराबर है? 10 divided by 4, 2.5. And 10 divided by 5. Perfect. ABC calculate करा. Calculate ABC. Divide total variable cost by Q. You should get a very simple number. See, 0 ने डिवाइड नाही करता येतं, त्यामुळे 0 ला मी डॅश केला सगळीकडे ॲव्हरेज क्वांटिटीज मध्ये. पहिल्याचं काय आलं? ABC काय आलं? Very good, 5. It's a very simple number. What will be for 2? Q is equal to 2, ABC. Again it is 5. Are you all getting this? 10 divided by 5. It uh, uh, 10 divided by 2, sorry. 10 divided by 2 you got 5. Next क्या था? 15 divided by 3. How much did you get? 5. 20 divided by 4. Again 5. And 25 divided by 5 you got 5. बराबर है क्या है? Okay. Now just add the two numbers and tell me what will be the ATC. ATC for 1 will be 15. ATC for 2 will be 10. ATC for 3 is ATC for 4 will be 7.5 and ATC for 10 will be 7. Hello, barabar. Okay, excellent. The last activity for the day. Come on, quickly plot these three graphs on one diagram. ATC, AFC, AVC. सगळ्यात सोपं पहिल्यांदा ABC आहे. ABC प्लॉट करून घ्या. For 0 you cannot do anything, so there's no value here for 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. ABC plot करा. केलं? Online students, plot the ABC, average variable cost. Are you all getting this? Okay, for 0 you cannot plot. For 1, what is the value of ABC? ABC कितनी है? 5. For 2 also it is 5, na? 2 also it is 5. 3 also it is 5. 4 also it is 5. 5 also is 5. So I will just generally write and connect this. This is average variable cost. आलं काय आहे? ABC आली प्लॉट करता. Now plot AFC. AFC चे व्हॅल्यूज काय आहेत? AFC is starting at 10. हे असा काहीतरी आहे व्हॅल्यू 10. Okay, let me change the ink. AFC is 10. For 2 it is 5. 3 it is 3.33. What is it for 4? 2.5 ना? आणि हे 2. मग हे असं काहीतरी कर्व कनेक्ट करायचा. ओके, दिस वे इट विल कीप ऑन गोइंग डाऊन. दिस इज युअर AFC. आलंय का हे? डिड यू ऑल गेट दिस AFC? And finally add AFC and ABC, you will get the ATC. So let me do that in purple. So this curve will be 1 plus 5. So हे असं काहीतरी येणार. This is your A, T, C. Did you all get these graphs? Done? Last benches, have you got it? केलंय तुम्हाला आलं ग्राफ करता? Okay, good. You could do? Very good. Okay, see, the relationship between marginal cost and average cost is important, but I'm not doing it right now because I think I would rather start that in a fresh lecture. But that's a very important relation which we will derive in the next lecture. What is the relationship? Relationship between marginal cost and average cost. Okay, relationship. I'm going to do this tomorrow's lecture. You can read and come so that it will help you. If you have any doubts and difficulties, then I can handle that. Okay. समझ लायक का? Tomorrow's lecture we will try to complete this very important idea of a relationship between marginal cost and average cost. Okay. So let me just check. Okay, yeah, so these are the cost concepts that we have done in today's session. Let us see if we can solve a few questions if there are there at the end of the chapter on cost. Okay. Okay, just listen and if possible try to answer the question. These are your end of the chapter problems. So I'm at page number 72. Okay, I'm at page number 72. Okay, now let's look at the question. Question number 20. Dash is the functional relationship between physical inputs, that is in parenthesis factors of production, and physical output, quantity of good and service produced. Okay, and the options given are input output function, demand supply function, production function, and cost function. What would be our answer? Dash is the functional relationship between physical inputs and output. Yes, the best choice here would be to choose C, which is production function. Okay, 21, problem number 21, let us solve that. Variable factor means those factors of production. Variable factor means those factors of production, A, which can only be changed in the long run, B, which can be changed in the short run, which can never be changed, that is C, and both A and B. Variable factor means those factors of production which can only be changed in the long run, which can only be changed in the which can be changed in the short run. What is the answer? No, A is variable factor, means those factors of production which can, yeah, I think A and B also would do, which can only be changed in the long run and which can be changed only in the short run. Yeah, in that sense it is D, I would say. It's, yes, only one of the factors can be changed, that would be called as the variable factor, and the other factor is called fixed factor. The even B would be a correct answer. Okay, B would be the correct answer. 22 baga. All factors of production become variable in, all factors of production become variable in the medium run, short run or long run? Long run. There is no such thing as a medium run. Remember, short run and long run. In short run, one of the factors of production remains constant. What is the maximum point of TP? What is the maximum point of TP? When AP becomes 0, when MP becomes 0, at intersection point of AP and MP curve, none of this. Remember the diagram that we have done, and if you have forgotten, write this. The maximum point of TP curve occurs where marginal product of labor becomes 0. That is the answer. MPL becomes 0. At the point of inflection of total product will generally show increased trend, show decrease or increasing trends, equal to 0, be negative. So this is not correctly drafted question, but if you get a question like this, it changes. Inflection point is a point where curvature changes. From increasing, it is becoming increasing at increasing rate, it's moving to increasing at decreasing rate. Okay, 25th, let us look. Marginal product of labor is below the average product of labor. It must be true that, okay, just remember this relationship between margin and average. Write this: when marginal product, this marginal product of labor is greater than average product of labor, okay, then APL is increasing, then average product of labor is increasing. When MPL is less than average product of labor, then APL is falling. Okay, and when MPL is equal to APL, APL is at maximum. Average product of labor is maximum. म्हणजे हे कर्व असं येतं. Stage 1, stage 2 असं येत राहतो. This is your marginal product of labor. And average product of labor is something like this. Marginal product cuts the average product at its maximum value. Marginal product of labor is below the average product of labor. It must be true that, देखो, marginal product is below the average product of labor, then it must be true that marginal product of labor is negative. No. Marginal product of labor is 0. No. Marginal product of labor is falling. Yes, that is right. Average product of labor is negative. Yeah, the answer would be average product of labor is negative. Okay, The last question, let us try to solve. Why does the law of increasing returns operate? Okay, in this case, remember this, mark this as important. It gives you the theory for increasing returns to scale. Full use of fixed indivisible factors, yes. Efficiency of variable factors, yes. And need for reach the right combination. All three are correct. So your answer would have been 26 would have been D. All of the above. Okay, the last one you write down. Rational producer will operate in stage 2. First stage is stage of increasing returns. Stage 2 is the rational zone or stage of diminishing marginal product. And stage 3 is the irrational zone where no firm will operate. Okay, thank you very much for your cooperation. I am closing the stream now. You wait for the next lecture. And if you have any doubts or difficulties, please raise them at the beginning of next lecture. Thank you. And online students, wait for your second session.